Freezing my balls off.
It ain't so bad. Loosen up. A couple more months, it's going to be spring.
Spring, huh?
Listen, you're going to realize the bosses did you a favor sending you down here. 7672, go ahead.
Distress call from a private craft. 60-foot white vessel. Engines are dead.
What's the location, Citywide?
In the channel near the bridge. About 2,000 yards off the Armstead Pier.
10-4, we're responding.
My father used to work there.
Best deal?
In the shipyards there, yeah.
I had an uncle who was a supervisor there. Got laid off in 78, though.
73 for my dad. Party boat?
Pretty one, yeah.
More than one engine on it, right?
Probably an electrical problem.
Is that a police boat?
How are you tonight? Good to see you. Henry, how are you?
No, city police. So you're dead in the water, huh?
I think it's a starter. You're not a mechanic, are you?
Me, no. Hey, Claude, looks like they're gonna need a pull.
10-4, we'll turn to Henderson.
That'll work.
Any chance you can hold off on bringing us in? A lot of party going on now, and I wouldn't want to cut it short for a little engine trouble.
Well, you're in the shipping channel.
We're going to go over why this is significant in the occult in decoding. We've been telling y'all for a minute now that them bridges were going to collapse connected to this number. The towers, for example, collapsed in New York at 10:28 a.m. You always take out the 0 in numerology, so it'd be 128. Leave the World Behind is connected to this. This is going to be a crazy show. But before we start, make sure. But I woke up this morning and everybody was talking about this. It's something that Tommy and I have been talking about for a while now, and I'm going to show you the slides. But here's the video to show you what time it collapsed at. If you look at the top, it says right there 128. So you'll see why this is important during the stream. You'll see why this is important. But also, I've been seeing videos saying that this could have been a demolition. You could see little bangs happening, like right there on the left side. You see that, like bang right there. Then you'll see another. You see another one. You just see all these. So I don't know. I'm not an architect, but I am going to construct and demystify all this was going on. But yeah, did you see that? Where it fell? You got these like little explosions. One right here. I'll just play it right there. Then another one right there. And then another one right there. So I don't know. I have no idea. But the ship looked like it went through some cyber incident where the lights turned off and it drove straight into this bridge. And it hit the bridge at 1:28. We'll see why that is so important. You can see it all over the news, 1:28 a.m. We'll show you why that is important. Everybody up on this channel already knows why, but if you're new, you're going to be like, whoa! You're going to be like, wow! Because it's absolutely crazy. This is the number one thing trending today with over 1 million views. Number one trending on the Google algorithm. So they want us to see this. If you think about the event that happened on 3/22, we decoded this event on 3/22 in Russia, right? That collapsed. That collapsed. Oh, also Ghostbusters released a film on 3/22, and the cover of that is a bridge. So I don't know. I think this goes into symbolism, and I'll show you why. But we didn't hear much about the Russia event on the Google algorithm in America. It didn't pop up, I think, at number 1, but Google wants us to see this bridge collapsing as some sort of symbolism. Why? Well, we'll get into it. We'll get behind. Leave the World Behind is trending today with the Key Bridge. Now, this is key information you're getting here. First, at the donut factory, as you could see, I posted this Leave the World Behind stuff in 2023. I've been talking about this 128 since last year. Leave the World Behind was released December 8th, which is 128 that you can see here. About Julia Roberts, who is born on 10/28, which is 128, and her boyfriend Matthew Perry died in the bathtub on 10/28, in the hot tub, I mean, on 128, collapsed at 128. The Titanic snapped in half at 1:28 a.m. as well, I believe. So you can just see this all over the place. Even in gematria, bridge collapse equals 128. Pattern recognition. Even in the movie Leave the World Behind, they had a map of the cyber incidences, and one of the hot spots, the high hot spot, was right here in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. That predictive programming is absolutely nuts. Just the coincidence. Leave the World Behind, cyber incident hotspot. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? And if you remember, that movie talked about how the Cabal did a winter solstice ritual, right? Well, we just passed the spring equinox. It was the earliest vernal equinox in 128 years, kicking off this spring. 128 again, right there. Pretty soon, I'm pretty sure about that. Shout out to Project Cheney. Whoop whoop. What else? Who else up in here? Who else up in the comment? We got so many people up in here. We collapsed after being hit by the Singapore flagged container vessel Dolly. Why is this important? Well, Singapore is known for the white lion. You see this white lion right here in Singapore? Well, that's the ship that crashed. The White Lion in Leave the World Behind. You got a Singapore ship crashing into the bridge, just like in Leave the World Behind. The ship crashed into the beach, named White Lion, and Singapore is known for the White Lion.
Thing was in Baltimore. Yeah, I believe that it was. I think it was the Lucy's telling the Malakians we're about to take out your human trafficking. Like, you can't use that anymore as a bridge between this world and the lower astral. We're taking it out because it's a container ship, and I've heard rumors there was lots of human trafficking stuff on it, and that's why the Biden administration came in and said they were going to federalize the disaster so they. Right? But when does it happen? It happens at the same time as the P. Diddy thing. And immediately there was a meme out that just looked a little too slick and a little too on the nose and a little too fast. Right from that silver chalice of laughter. But I mean, the fact that it's funny and the fact that it's kind of propaganda against P. Diddy and bringing more attention to it, that has a feeling like it's a Luciferian signaling. Have a not just a moral imperative, but a spiritual imperative to get rid of it. And I think that that's what that bridge thing was about. I think it was like saying, like, we're cutting it off. So, yeah, we'll see.
feeling strong today?
Yeah.
See if we can get his ass out of that chair.
What?
Wipe some pepper spray from his eyes.
Hey, Frank, something's going on.
You know, that are the puppets and figure. They're not running anything. I mean, they are not. I'm surprised anybody does think that, because they are not running the ship. By the way, I don't know if you know this or not, on the bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge up in Baltimore, you know, a lot more information is coming out, and it is really, really shocking. It doesn't surprise me a bit, but it's still shocking. Did you know the last 2 minutes, the only important 2 minutes of the information from the black box is missing? That's official. That's not like tinfoil hat lunacy. It's missing. It's not there. The only 2 important minutes is not there. Yeah. I wonder what you think. I didn't know this, by the way. But that particular type of ship actually has a redundancy set for steering and for the power plant. So even if one went out, there's still a redundancy. I did not know that myself. And when they were talking about the power going out, this is something totally separate. And you can see that in the video of the power going out. That had nothing to do with the power to the power plant that drives the steerage and the engine. People that actually have contacts inside the Pentagon say that it was an attack. I'm not going to speculate that it was one way or another, but apparently it was. I talked to my guy at Lowe's.
Few number of substations you need to take out in the entire United States to knock out the entire grid.
Knock out the entire grid?
That's correct.
How many would it take to knock out, putting the entire country in a blackout?
Less than 20.
That report was from 2013, and it actually found the number was even lower, 9. Taking out just 9 critical substations could black out the whole country.
This was a huge cyber attack in the panicked early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, targeting a $1.8 trillion government agency. The truth of it has never been reported.
This is the Department of Health and Human Services, and on March 16, 2020, they were going to full remote work. Network up.
Strategy here is that they want to be able to invade Taiwan. They're worried that the United States will project military power from bases in Hawaii and the continental United States to Asia to
Fucking girls, man. There's young ones.
There's like a dozen of them.
Dead? They're dead?